All right, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader. Here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. What a dump we had this morning. Straight down candle. Oh man, it was beautiful. Not if you're long, of course, but if you're kind of tend to be a bear like I am, yeah, it was a nice looking candle. I've been short for a little while, waiting for that correction, and we finally got it. Now, what is it, and where are we headed? Let me just start by saying I don't know. I don't know. What is it? I don't know. And where are we headed? I don't know either. I can give you some ideas, but I don't ever want to lead you to think that I know where the market's going. I don't. I'm just trying to trade the market like the next guy. So with that being said, let's jump in. I'll tell you what I see, and from an Elliott Wave perspective, we'll look at the RSI as well, and we'll go from there. All right. Don't forget, none of this is intended to be financial advice. I'm simply sharing with you how I look at the market and how I trade, but it's not an indication that you should do the same. I just want for information and education purposes only. Okay, here we go. We're looking at the 4-hour chart, guys. We've been on an uptrend. You can see this trend line boom. I mean, just straight up. No real correction to speak of. We haven't broken any of the structure, so that's something we're always, as Elliott Wave traders, we're always looking for a correction to break out of the structure. Okay, then that way we know that the move is finished. Okay, we know where we are in the chart. So once we break out of this trend line, it's a beautiful thing because we know where we are in the chart. This is a finished move at the top. Now we haven't done that yet, so we don't know if it's finished or not. That's the hard part. Number two. How do we look at this here? First off, well, I've got a bull count and a bear count. I spent a lot of time on that in previous videos and on live streams, but here's 1, 2, this could be 3, this is 4, and we could be getting the 5th wave now. Now, a couple ways to interpret this. I want to talk about it. Okay? Now, if this is a 4th wave, guys, we have to interpret this as a 3 wave. I don't know how to interpret that as a 3 wave. I'll tell you what, it looks like an impulse to me. Here's the problem with that. We had a move that it surpassed its high. It doesn't mean you can't have a corrective move that surpasses its high. But that being said, it just makes it a lot harder. The way I'm looking at this right now is we have an impulse to the downside. We got a 3-wave move that kind of forms... it kind of goes up to make an expanded flat kind of deal, except it's not. It just breaks the high, and I'm looking for a 5-wave move to the downside to come on down. Now, this could be it, but I don't think so. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on one second. I should have put some elevator music on for you while I sneeze. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. I don't know what this is as far as this the beginning of a 5-wave move? Is this the beginning of a downside move? Hard to tell. We are bouncing on this trend line. So what Bitcoin's been doing lately, we'll get a big dump to the downside of 10 or 15,000 or $1,500, and then it just starts making its way up and eats it up. You know, we've grown accustomed to that. We got a straight down move, and you know, are we going to get this kind of pump that's just going to kind of go on and take that out, or is this actually the beginning of the move to the downside that we're looking for? We would expect some kind of a 3-wave pullback to retest the middle to the top of this wave, and then a move to the downside. It's going to look something like this. You see that downward move there with a retest and then down again. Okay, so that's a way to look at it if we're bearish. Okay, and that would be we'd basically say, well, not bearish or bullish really, but more bearish than bullish here. This would be a 3-wave move that's finished right here at the top. 5, 3, 5. Okay, something like that. That's actually that actually wouldn't be the case. Yeah, I can't interpret it that way. Sorry. Sometimes you're in the middle of explaining something, you realize you can't interpret it that way. It wouldn't be right. 1, 2, 3. This is 4. Now this looks like 5. And that would be 5 waves up. And this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2. That move to the downside, it was a 2 wave. It's 3 waves. That's the way it would have to be interpreted, but I don't like it. Guys, there's nothing easy about this. Let me just say, there's nothing easy about these waves. Nothing. Not a thing. There's nothing normal. There's nothing simple. It's very, very difficult wave structures, okay? So, and there's so many different ways to interpret it, and so many ways you'd have to interpret things, depending on how you're looking at what's going on, okay? If we're looking at this as an impulse, we have more upside to go, most likely. We have more upside. If we're looking at it as a corrective wave, then we have some kind of a 3-wave move here, all the way to and that's part of it, all the way to the top, and then we're looking for a 5-wave move to the downside, or some kind of a 3-wave move, and that would give us a W, an X, and then a Y wave. For that Y wave, it would have to be a 3-wave move, like that. So this would have to be interpreted as a 3-wave move in light of that. So 3, 3, 3. Okay, that's how you would have to interpret that wave until then. Guys, I'm just here to tell you we need more information before we can have any kind of confidence on an Elliott wave count. Okay, sorry about that. It's a big dun dun dun. I don't know burger today. Hey, listen, it's Jim of all trades. I don't know burger. It's extremely unsatisfying, but sometimes it's all there is to eat. All right. So, what can we do? Let's look at the RSI, see if the RSI is telling us anything on the 1-hour chart. Now, on the 1-hour chart, we had, let's see, didn't have anything. Actually, this is the 4-hour chart. Sorry about that. Let's see. We had, and then it got wiped out. We had this divergence here. Boom, boom, like that. And I was expecting the move down to roll over just like this. This spike to the upside was basically a stop hunt. It wiped out the divergence pretty much, and so we no longer have the divergence that was there. Okay, let's go to the 2-hour chart and see what we can see there. Really no divergence to speak of. All the divergence was wiped out there. On the daily, however, if we go to the daily, we've definitely got divergence here. You can see it very clearly. Boom, boom, right there. Now here's something interesting that you have to pay attention to. When you have hidden bearish divergence like we have here, okay, if this comes down and makes a higher low like this, it's going to end up creating, and then the RSI comes down here, it's going to end up creating hidden bull divergence. And so basically what's going to happen is price will come down. Yes, it'll correct, and that divergence will play out to the downside. However, price will not be allowed to make a lower low or a lower low while the RSI makes a lower low, and it resets basically, and we get a move to the upside like so. So we got to watch out for that. So if we get any more downside, guys, watch out. Watch for the divergence to play out. But right now there is no divergence really to speak of. The divergence is playing out or has played out. Okay? All right, guys, not much to say other than that, guys. We just need to see follow through. Let's look in the small time frame and see what the wave is looking like. Oh, what do you know? It's kind of sideways, but it's, oh, sorry about that. But it's really not. Right now, this looks like a 3-wave move, so be careful. Leading diagonal to begin. It's just so impulsive. It's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 5 waves in there, even though it looks 3-wave-ish. In these wicks, you see the 5th wave. Okay, so that's 5 waves to the downside, guys. All right, now what? Well, we're gonna get 3 waves to the upside. It's gonna retest this area most likely, and then we're gonna get another push to the low. Okay, but most likely this is gonna come on up like so. Going to get to the bottom of this region right there and then want to go down again. Okay, and that would give us at least a 5, a 3, and a 5, or a 1 wave followed by a corrective 2, and then a really big impulse 3rd wave to the downside. Okay. All right, guys. There's your update for today. Not much there, guys. Not much there. Even though we did get the move to the downside, I am biased to the downside still and waiting for more follow through. I'm not looking for this thing to retake the high. But if it does retake the high, guys, then we'd have to reinterpret this wave as something different, as a 3-wave rather than a 5-wave. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and leave a good comment if you would. That'd be great. And we'll see you on the next live stream and on the next video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.